My name is Ernest George, aka EG. You are watching my booster motivation. This is another video, right? World Trip Entrepreneur Mindset. I'm on the road. Anytime you get a chance to turn in, you will find me here. I will talk about money and how to become successful. So, you know what it is. If you see me on the road, that's mean I'm on the road to move from one place to another place to manage my regular everyday business. By the time I'm on the road, I use this time to communicate with you, to give you the knowledge, the insights, the information that you need to succeed, right? That's the way I keep in touch with my audience, with the public. That's the way I use to educate the youth, give them the perspective of becoming successful. And I explain to them what they can do. These live training sessions are free. They are on YouTube. Everybody can take advantage of them. So as you can see, I'm on the road and I'm here to share with you many valuable, information that can give you a better life if you apply them into your life. So understand that my booster motivation is dedicated to serve you, right? So we want you to use the energy that is inside of you. We want you to release your energy that you can become as famous, as successful that you must be. Okay? So what is the any subject I present in a video are a response to email comments that I receive on this channel, my booster motivation. So all the subject that I talk about are on demand, are subject on demand, asked by the public. So as I'm your public servant, as I'm here to help you, whatever you want to know in the area of self-help, how to become successful, business, entrepreneurship, how to build wealth and build capital, I'm your man. You can write down them. Okay, send me comments, send me emails, and I will do my best to answer each of them. That's why I make video on a daily basis, that I can talk to the audience to give them the answer they deserve, the answer they need, to give them the master key for success, right? It's not too early today. It's like 8:42. So there is a sun reflection on the video. So forgive me because I didn't go out early today. I had my tennis session this morning, so I didn't go out early. So it is what it is. We're gonna make it anyway because the most important thing is the content. All right, it's a video. Okay, it's good to have a good quality video to see me driving and on the road, to see me moving from one place to another place. But you listen to what I'm saying. The message is more powerful than the image. So the title of this video, this live training session this morning, is what is your mission as an entrepreneur inside a community? Okay, what is your mission as an entrepreneur and a community? Okay, when you're living inside a community, you are an entrepreneur. What is your mission? Beautiful subject. Okay, young entrepreneur I got this question from 7 people. I mean, the same question formulate in different way, but for more than 10 people, but 7 of them frame it like this: what is my mission? What is your mission as an entrepreneur inside a community? Okay, so I gotta do what I have to do. I gotta give you the information, guys. Okay, if you are watching my booster motivation, that's when you're already on the pathway to become successful. That's when you understand the concept of the concept of doing business, the concept of becoming an entrepreneur, the concept of create something, a product or a service, put it on the marketplace that you can sell it and catch out money from it. That's when you can generate income from what you're doing, no matter which endeavor, which avenue, which vehicle that you want to use to perform your talent. I said that all the time on these live training sessions, but I will not stop repeat the same thing, because I want this information to sink in your mind, sink into your mind, that you can understand what I'm talking about. So for people who stop in this channel for the first time, if it's you stop on the channel for the first time, I remind you that my name is Aaron George. I'm a successful entrepreneur, international known, okay, and doing business in different country and moving from different place in the world. Everywhere I go, I carry the same level of success and the same level of discipline, persistence, and taking action. So I start over multiple times, and I always get on my track. That's why I'm here. I use that authority, I use that knowledge I have the knowledge I have in the business area, give me the authority to create this video, this live training session, and talking with you guys and give you the information that you need to become successful. So what you have to do is subscribe on this channel, click on the bell button. If you used to come in this channel and you're not a subscriber yet, you don't know what you're missing, because when you're a subscriber, I post things that the public can't see, only the subscribers can see them, and I give away many opportunity to travel overseas, to go to resort, to participate on workshop. Most of them, 99% of them, are free. So this is why you have to subscribe. You have to become a subscriber. You have to be in this community. You have to be in the My Booster Motivation Nation. Okay, you have to be part of this tribe to take advantage of these perk. Okay, this giveaway things that I offer all the time. So let's get inside this subject, right? What is your mission as an entrepreneur inside a community? You understand that when you are an entrepreneur, you are a creator. An entrepreneur means that a person that is taking material, that means is mine, to put into reality his vision. That means is what he was visualized into his mind, and he put it in reality, and the third dimension of this reality on terms of a product or a service. The product or the service can be virtual, and can be real or material. So this is what an entrepreneur is. Now, an entrepreneur have the obligation to raise capital, right? To raise capital to build his empire, to build his enterprise. So this is what an entrepreneur is. Now, what the entrepreneur is doing inside a community. An entrepreneur inside a community is a problem solver, right? That means the man or the woman that choose to become an entrepreneur identify a problem inside a community, and the man or the woman, all right, decide to think about it, okay, to visualize what kind of solution possible that the what kind of solution possible that he or she must come with to solve the problem. When he find a solution, now he put the solution into application. That means he or her create the problem. The man or the woman create the solution, to create an enterprise, create a mechanism, a system that will generate this solution over and over. That means if for solving a problem, and then the solution must be permanent or must be at least, okay, reliable. This is what an entrepreneur is. Now, the entrepreneur is moving inside the society. So, in the community, inside the society, the entrepreneur moving as a gifted person. That means this person, man or woman, who create the enterprise, provide job, okay, and is perceived, he or she is perceived as a gifted person. That means he or she is perceived as a person who been there, who see what other people couldn't see at a specific time, where the needs was outstanding. The need was there in front of the eyes of everybody, but nevertheless, he or she, or the man or the woman who will take action to solve the problems are really limited because of the limitation of people that take the route of entrepreneurship. Okay, all entrepreneurs inside the society are person, okay, the member of the society, of the community, view the person who take the narrow pathway to entrepreneurship, okay, the risky pathway to entrepreneurship, okay. When somebody do that and succeed, the rest of the community pursue you or see you, okay, as a gifted person. So that's the vision, that's the way, okay, that's the fashionable way member of a community see you as an entrepreneur. Okay, now how do you see the member of the community in your scope as an entrepreneur? How do you see people, a lot of you people in your community, as you're an entrepreneur? How do you see them? Okay, as an entrepreneur, you see people in your community two ways. The first way, okay, you see them as your siblings, okay, as your friend, as your relative. You see them as people you love, okay. You gotta love people in your community. It's because of this love that you want to create something that can make their life better. That's the product or the service that you will put on the marketplace as an entrepreneur, okay, is something that you do by love, because you want to men and women in your community have a better life, okay. You want them to use your product or service as a tools, as a equipment, as a materials, as a supplement, as a medication, as a whatever it is, okay, as a vehicle. No matter what you create, okay, as a piece of technology, no matter what you create, you want them to feel good about it. That's why your product should answer the need of the customers, okay, of the potential prospect, okay, the potential customer that is out there, that you will want to give them your service or your product in exchange to a little contribution, okay. that we will call sale, right? So the second way that, okay, remember, as an entrepreneur, if you choose to get into this pathway that is really limited, okay, and you take risk when you go to this pathway, because many people will abandon the route, and no matter what, when you're walking into this pathway, people you know from your family, from your relative, people, maybe people you know, and some people you don't know, will criticize you, and you will be marginalized. You will even be called the fool, the crazy, all right? The traveler, the lonely traveler. So you got to be prepared to get into that world, which is the world of entrepreneurship. But it is what it is. You understand that is not an easy pathway to get into. But when you get into it, okay, you will find the passion, the drive, okay, everything, the motivation, the adrenaline, your guts will become so extraordinary, and you will want to create things, and you will become bold, resilient, and passionate until you get your stuff done. So that's why when you create stuff like that, you create them with love and with love. Okay, first with love, passion, determination. That's all you see people in their community. You see them as people you love, people you are passionate about it, people that you want to change their life by offer them product or service relative, okay, to product or service that is directly create to solve the problem. Figured, right? Now, next thing, the second thing as an entrepreneur, the second way that you see people in your community, you see people at your community as prospects, okay, potential buyers, clients, customers, okay? You see them as a contributor. You put out the work, they will contribute, they will bring their contribution to acquire the work, the piece of service or product that you put out there. These people, they will acquire it, okay? That means they will purchase, they will buy your product or service, but it's an exchange. You know that what you offer them in value, what you offer them in material and product and service and quality and equipment, okay, and advice, whatever the endeavor you choose to perform your talent, what you offer to the public, okay, must be greater than what the public will offer you. The public will offer you a generous contribution for your product or your service. This contribution, okay, is the sales price, okay? Is the sales price for what you are put in the marketplace. So you solve the problem, you give them a product or a service, but what you give them will give them more, okay? More ability, will give them more possibility to work more, to become more wealthy, and to be able to have a better life. That's why the product or the service that you will put on the marketplace should contribute to the elevation, okay, to the evolution, okay, should contribute to elevate, to evaluate, okay, the potential buyer from your product or service. That's how you see people in your community, okay? Now, as you get into this relationship between you and people from your community, okay, you got a duet relationship, right? Everybody perform what is belong to them, okay? The path of the the path of the relationship, the path of the path of the commitment into this relationship between customer and creator, customer and supplier, customer and distributor, customer and business person. Okay, as a businessman, you establish this relationship between you and your people inside your community. Now, because you're both living together in the same social environment, okay, that is the community, okay, that means you have to share many things in common. The first thing you have to share is the geographical space where you live in. That's in the location, the state, the town, the city, the country, the continent, right? Where you live, okay? Other people living in this area will be in touch of you because they know what you bring to this community, to this area, okay? The first thing, you share a space with them, geographical space, okay? And you will share with them some kind of social relationship, what we might call cultural, you might have the same culture, you might share the same faith in terms of religious ability, you might have the same belief, you might have the same education in case you went to the same school with people in your community, and you might have the same political views, okay, the same social engagement, you know, many things. You will find many things that you have and other people in the community will have them. And many people in the community will follow you because they know you got some value and you go on this road, okay? Okay, you stand with these, anything that you stand for in the community, more other people will follow you because you stand for this cause, and they will be part of this cause because they know that you represent them. You are the front gate for the well-being of this community. See, this is where you are, okay? As you're doing that inside the community is available to you too. They want you, okay? People in the community, they want you to do some social engagement, okay, inside the community, okay? That's where you find your mission, okay? What is your mission as an entrepreneur inside the community where you live in, okay? Or a community where you're not living, a community where you sell your product or your service, okay? Some people, let me say, you are a creator, you create a product or a service, and where you create the product or a service is from another country, another continent. So your product or service are so good that the product or the service that you put on the marketplace is not only appreciated in the marketplace where you live in the same area, geographical space where you live in the same state, country, city where you live in, the product or the service reputation bring these product or service, okay, to an international market. That means your product or service go overseas, okay, go in other continent and performing good, and you are selling, you are making money. As your product or service now become part of the other country or the foreign country culture, all right, and it become a cultural part, a social part of the community. As an entrepreneur, a creator, you have the option, okay, to associate yourself with some, to give yourself a mission, okay, to have a social engagement in the community where your product or service are performing. This is how complex it is. It's not only where you are, it's not only the geographical space where you live in, but it's any territory any territory that your product or service has to be and is performing really good. This is where you get your mission. Now, as an entrepreneur, what is your mission? Your mission as an entrepreneur, you got for obligation, okay? Your obligation, that's when your mission is to be a social, active person inside your community. That's when you should find a cause, okay? You should find a goal, a cause, okay, that is touching the heart of the community, that is meaning a lot for the community. Now, you choose to engage in that direction. See if you can serve people. You can choose this goal, right? The thing that you will stand for, okay? It can be inside your community, it can be inside another community that is poor or that is more in need than where the community where you're living. Doesn't matter. It can be everywhere in the world, but you have to find a cause. You must find a cause, okay? Now, when you find your cause, okay, you write a mission. This is what I'm gonna do for the upcoming years, and you taking action. This is what is your your mission, or you find your mission inside the community. Now, don't get me wrong, right? You might choose something that is meaningful for you according to your education, faith, culture, the way you are, the way you think, where you grow up, what is sensibilize you and whatsoever, okay? You might choose something and people in the community might not like it, okay? If you continue to do it, you might have some backlash because what you're doing, it's not relevant really for people in your community. That's when you should have a good pulse about what people need inside your community, or taking part of community, taking part yourself or send people, okay, inside the community meeting, the board meeting, the city meeting, to know what is trending for the good of your community where you selling your product or service. When you find that, now it's time for you to engage, okay? That is your mission, right? Your mission is to find out everything and engage, okay? Why it is important that you have a mission inside your community? Because as an entrepreneur, okay, the fact that you become an entrepreneur, that gives you the power. That's where it's important, guys, for you to understand that and taking notes. When you choose the pathway to become an entrepreneur, not only you give yourself the power of create things that will serve, things for your service, that will serve the community in which you are living, but also, okay, you give yourself the power to be able, right, to be able to not only take part, but change people's lives inside your community by all means. So, inside the community, the most important and valuable person is an entrepreneur. Right? And the entrepreneurs, when they group themselves inside a structural organization that we might call a chamber of commerce, a league of profession, an association of professionals, a labor union, or whatever it is, okay? When you choose to become to an entrepreneur, all these things can be create, okay, a one of the entrepreneurship movement. So now, what all this structure will give to the community where you're living. Okay? Remember, I just said a list of structural organization that will born from just from the fact that someone somewhere just create a business. Someone or somewhere become an entrepreneur. Okay, the enterprise inside the community will generate job, and the enterprise and the community will bring other entrepreneurs to create a competition. And after that, when you get all these things, you will have a chamber of commerce. What as I said, league of profession. You will have different professionals. Okay, group them together, create association. You will have the labels. They will create the union. Everybody will walk in, and money will circulate inside the community. But the most important thing is, because you are an entrepreneur, okay, you give yourself a mission to be successful. Okay, keep in mind. Let me rephrase it that you understand it. Because you choose the pathway to become an entrepreneur for yourself. Okay, because you choose to be an entrepreneur, you take the pathway. This is a personal decision. When you take this personal decision, okay, will bring you inside a community action. That means the decision that you take to become an entrepreneur will force you to create a product or a service that will solve people problem inside your community. Okay, this is the second part. Now you are an entrepreneur. Okay, you decide to create a product or a service that will serve the community. When you do that, okay, you become a role model for the community. That means people in the community will pursue you as a gifted person, and they will praise you. They will give you the platform, the social platform, okay, to be a successful person that can influence others' decisions. After that, your decision will allow you to find other people who make the same decision with you throughout some corporate organization, association, league, federation. You will find other people like you, and you will group together. After that, okay, you have to give back. Okay, after you start making profit, huge profit, okay, you have to give back to the community, because the community give you, okay. So if you are born in the community, just by the fact to be born in this community, the community give you birth, okay, and just by the fact you're being born in the community, it's always important. It's already important because you got the name of this community and your birth certificate, and you're a citizen of this community. So the community is part of you. You are part of the community, and then you find yourself a mission, a cause, and then people expect you to find a mission, a cause, to do your social engagement. When you do that, it can be anything. It can be a school, a stadium, things like that. And you should contribute, bring your personal contribution, bring your organization contribution, create a foundation, put some fund, and create something social for the community. That means you give the community something extraordinary that they can be proud of it. So what is important for you as an entrepreneur to do in a manner to, okay, be a valuable citizen in where you live. Excuse me? Important that I take some refreshment. Yes, guys, very important. Inside the community, you must create something. So as I start this video from a subject on demand from the public, ask me, what is the mission of an entrepreneur in a community? Your mission is to make this community stronger, better, okay, wealthier, okay, and create a lifestyle that is favorable for the upcoming generation to become entrepreneurs themselves and to become better citizens. So how you gonna do that? Is following, okay, the pathway that I display in this video. Understand that you must create stuff for the community. That means you must go out there, not only be yourself, you must create product or services that will make people's life inside the community better. And after that, put the product or service into the marketplace, and you will sell it, you will make money, and you will make a lot of profit. From the profit, you will become rich. After that, you have to give back inside the community by contributing, right? Everybody is different. From my personal experience, I love contribute and social movement, right? I contribute in education most of the time. I choose to educate in education. That's what I like, okay? Some people might like other stuff. I choose to contribute, to give contribution often and things related to my culture, Afro-descendant culture. So that's where I send money, okay? That's where I give back to the community, okay? When you give back to education, you invest and give money to public school, college, community college. That's where I give money, okay? You can give money to whatever you want, but this is what I like, okay? And any association, things that promote Afro-descendant culture, you know, and I give money to people, to young writers, people who like literature, poetry, music, dance, fine arts. But any of these field, I just said, if your work or what you're doing, what you're performing inside your art is not related to African descendant culture, I'm not into it. Okay? If your education, if the college, the school, the public school is not oriented to help people from the minority, especially the black and brown community, okay, or any other color that people are from low income, I will not contribute in it. This is me. You can do whatever you want. But nothing is more I'm talking from my perspective where I am, okay? Everybody is different. But where I am, I can tell you, nothing is more beautiful when you write a check, okay? When you write a check, that can have not too much value for you because you are at a point that you can make more than that, okay? Thousands more than that, hundreds more than that, millions more than that. But nothing is more amazing when people receive your contribution, your check, when you give it to a school, to a community activity, to a community center. Oh yes, I almost forget that. I invest in community center too. I give money to community center. I love that. After school program where they teach the youngsters. Okay, when you give a check to charity movement like that, okay, and people receive this check, and when you come back and start visiting this program, this place, and you see how efficient they spend each cent, and this money, nothing make me more proud than that, other than become an entrepreneur myself, right? So that's why I living for, okay, to give back to the community. When you do that, your money will never end it, okay? Because you will make more money, you help people, okay? But not only that, you create a pathway for your kids too, your children, right? When they will grow up, they will have a name. Their name will mean something, and because their name means something, that will put themselves in the obligation, right, to do something honorable for the name. That means they themselves will become successful, will become entrepreneur, and themselves they will start contribute. They will contribute to the community and make the community better. That means people will never forget you, no matter how small is your contribution to your community. So let me recap for you. What is your mission as an entrepreneur inside a community? Your mission is simple. Make this community better. Create a better living for people. Give them a product or service that is honorable, that will create a product or service that will make them proud to use it, that will help them contribute, that will show them that you contribute to the well-being of the community where you live in. The product or the service that we will create will give them a better life, and your mission is to make your product or service become successful by selling to the maximum people possible to make a lot of profit, okay? And after that, you have to give back by contributing to a social cause, a mission. You will stand for something, and you will fight for something inside the community, because you are on a stage, you are on a level, you got a platform that you will use this platform to make your community better and better every single day. So I believe that I addressed a question for you guys. If you have more questions, if you have more subject that you want me to talk about in those live training, my booster motivation, you are free to comment, to send me your comment, to send me email, react under the live training session when I'm doing this road trip entrepreneur mindset. And I will be more than happy to help you. I'll be more than happy to answer these questions like I did today. And more of you will be satisfied, more of you will be edified, more of you will be electrified when you receive the insights, the knowledge, the information necessary to make you become successful and to make your life become better and better, just because you have the privilege to be live with me on the road, on the mindset entrepreneurship road trip. And when you are watching my booster motivation live on YouTube or any platform that you might find it. So you know, my name is Aaron George, aka EG. I'm the host, and today we were talking about your role, your mission as an entrepreneur inside a community. And I break it down for you in a very simplest way you can understand why you should be an entrepreneur, why you should invest in your community, why you should contribute in your community. So I'm done for today for this live, not for today, for this live. You might see me later on in another live because I have to move from a place to another place later on. Okay, so by the time being, stay healthy, stay happy. I will see you on the next video. Thank you.